situated this motion, it could even come like that. Well, no, I want, let's make this come like that, right? Or let's take this out. Let's make that wave come from here, right? Okay, so now we're gonna see this motion come off of this beak, right, onto the elbow. I started this design last night off of another design that I started some weeks ago, or a month ago. Now, what I'm doing right here is setting myself up for this water to come over here and capsize on that. See, it's gonna wrap. That's the elbow right here. Or wait, you know, my man's brown skin, so maybe you don't really have to have all that water here, that's gonna be good enough. But then what we're gonna do is we're gonna make water move like that. Yeah, see? We're doing this lately. It's that. Right, and then this comes off the elbow. There we go. Right? Right? No. This looks swims. This comes here, so I would like this motion, like that. Like that. Now, let's try this. I'm gonna do a little Horiyoshi that I seen him do from back in the day. A little bit. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, that's good. Okay. All right. Now let's just refine this thing right here. Oh, it's Friday. You know, I've been working for myself for so long. I haven't celebrated a day ever since that's not part of my mental Rolodex anymore. You know that? You know, it might be like, oh shit, it's Friday and Saturday and Sunday. People coming in to get tattooed, but it's a different type of celebration. Those are the days I work. You know. Sorry about that, folks. I was on a call. Brandon, what's good? Top of the morning to you. Anybody know where that's from? What song that's from? Brandon, you ain't go to that black tattoo experience in Miami? Oh, you don't want to travel no Miami money right now? I'm about to start, yo, man. Let's start this thing, man. Let's start putting money in each other's pockets, bro. Chatting with me, moderating this shit. You know what I mean? I seen somebody's paperwork. I was like, yo, no way. No way. It's like, yeah. Brandon, man, you gotta come up here, man. Yeah, man. Well, tattoo part, man, that comes later, man. Let's build be like there's gotta be a way to fully monetize this. There is. I'm working on it though. I'm working on it. It's like I gotta get the right software. You know. And once that happens, then it's just like everything will work right. Will start to work right, really, you know. Yo, Brent, who you using Street Fighter? Who's your main? Who's your main? Who's your main? Yeah. Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, man. Yo, my 5-year-old loves the soundtrack. When you listen to that, I swear, man, me and my 5-year-old listen to that soundtrack every day as I'm dropping off at school. every day. She's like, Daddy, I want to hear the Green album because it's a green cover. Yo, I'm like, oh my gosh, she's playing this soundtrack to death. Always wants to start from the beginning. Wow, what a learning curve. Yeah, man, I'm a Q player, yo. Before that group came, that political group came out, I was a Q, man. Q player. What a learning curve that character is. Who else did I play with? This way. Q does crazy damage. What a like that charge to the uppercut. Hit somebody with that right. Yo, do you ever stream it on YouTube playing Street Fighter? Yo, dude, that Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, they still do tournaments of that game. That game is like stood the test of time. That game stood the it's like it's still relevant to this day. It's the standard of fighting games. Oh, you do? All right, see? Bro, stream, bro. Come on, man. See, y'all the players. All right, let me guess. Are you one of them dudes that'll play one of them random streamers and beat their ass? I watched that dude Smug and Punk the God, right? Yo, like Smug is funny. Smug will play like some random dude. He ain't fundamental like that. That's what I be saying. I'm like, he ain't fundamental like that. And when some fundamental, like a Zangief player, like when they play Street Fighter 2 Turbo, or like just regular Street Fighter 2, oh man, and they not fundamental, man. It's like a generational thing. I wholeheartedly believe a fundamental player can take out any one of these new school players. If you're if you're one of them patient fundamentalists, pow, pow, pow. Nah, for real? Man, yeah, I don't trust that. I don't trust that talk. You one of them dudes that I'm like Denzel Washington. I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something. Yo, when Denzel Washington said that, I started dying, yo. Yeah, I ain't falling for that trick. I know that move. Yeah, I'm trash. Alright. I don't fuck that. That's the okey doke move. believing that. I ain't believing that one. Yeah, this the type of cat. Oh man, you're done. You think you up? You're like, this guy's trash. Alright. Alright. I played dudes like you before. I'm from that school, bruh. I'm from that school. And Mortal Kombat's 2. Yeah. Atlanta players? I seen dudes get dudes get their pockets turned out off of her plays. Alright. Alright. Yo, dude, mistakes is mistakes, man. Don't. But I get it. I get it. All I can say is like, I'm learning to be like, hey, but I get it. I get that. I get what you're saying. I make mistakes all the time. I make mistakes all the time. But it's the preparation. The more you prep, the less of a chance of a mistake happening. But the second guessing part is normal. The second guessing yourself is normal. The trick is just the trick to is the trick to it is just kind of using it, using it like it's a superpower or something like that, you know? Like right now, like I zoom out, right? Like this is the photo reference. I'm not afraid to show the photo reference of what I took it from. I'm just using it for my own purpose, and then if anybody's like ever like in that weird place where they just might overthink something and second guess something, and it's perfectly normal. Like that part of it will never what I would say is just have a point of reference, you know. Oh, this worked here, and it might work here again, you know. It's a lot of repetitive stuff that I do. I think one of the things I've always tried to work on is composition. How something's gonna look shaded in. Like for instance, right? So the other one I did to this, right? It was flying ones, and I was like, you know, like, come on, this thing right here popped them. I saw that, and I saw, oh, maybe I could just have them sitting on the arm, you know. Because he already has something on the lower part. And I think if it was flying, I would need more room, you know? Whereas like there's sleeves I've done, there's some pieces I've done on the arm. And I said to myself, like, man, I wish I had done this. I wish I had done that, you know? But then like, you know what I do? Like, you know what's helped me is when I have like those ideas in my head, I just write them down. Try that. Try writing down when you do something, then you can always go back to it. Right? You can always go back to it. Always go back to it. Oh, this is the finished one. This is matter of fact, no, this is honestly, dude, this is how many I did. I did other ones. I did that one. I did another one. I did that. Oh, no. Well, I did like, yeah. You can see it right here. Look, I did 4 different cranes. I did this one and I did that one. And I was saying, man, maybe I could just like have this crane come and, oh, no, think about it. This looks good. Swooping down. Man, I should have done with that. Fresh eyes on it. Because the thing is, it's like when I was designing, but the thing is, like, what I do is I always work everything out in thumbnails. And if I don't use one, I'll just go back to another. I can always do it for something else. And that always happens. Like somebody wants to get tattooed, and well, yeah, I mean but that, you know, like where that comes from is from watching like comic book artists, man, like Jim Lee and stuff like that. And those are like tattoos I work with, you know, like working with Adrian Lee, and then at Analog and those guys that were there, and then Um, um, and then Skull and Sword. There you go. It was like it was like going from one university to the next. You know, and what cuts what cuts down the time is if you can do if you do a thumbnail, right? Oh man, maybe see I'm looking at this and I don't like. So here we go. This is where I turned the second guessing into like a discernment. I discern, like I'm like looking at something. I'm like, maybe I should just add this to it. Now I like that better. It's just even more simple. The flow of that is nice. All right, let's just leave that alone. Right. Zooming out, but then the more I zoom, that's how I start finagling and molding a lot of this stuff out. Get something that I'm critiquing. It made me really like working with Adrian Lee because and Grime at Adrian Lee at Analog and other shops too. You know, it everybody has like a way that they present their things. You know, like but like I really like how and I told him I missed that, man. I missed the sitting down and all right, like tear into it. What do you like and what don't you like? All right, and you have to explain why you don't like it. You know? And so good because guess what? Now, like, I mean, if you like, if so and so didn't want to, if so and so doesn't want to share why, you know, like then it means that like you can't really lie because it reflects the shop, right? And so you got to tell the truth because again, and you have more experience than me, and then it'd be like, this is a little too close to this. You want this when you shade off of this, and you ask, hey, how much? That's really good. It's kind of like the best way I can really explain it, man. Like, you know, shit, I be working that 7 Sun right now, but it's my schedules, man. Like my baby comes out. This will wrap here. This will come over here, and this most likely get taken out. You're not breaking it down, man. I don't think that many tattoos are on here like that. Right? They're not really on here like that. BX Crumb Snatcher. God, that don't bother me. BX Crumb Snatcher just texted me, hey, was watching someone else's stream the other night, and they use little techniques that you've said in the past. I mean, yo, dude, like, I learned that from somebody else, man. My uncle to come up with that process. That's the thing, you know. I think that, yeah, you know, like it's it doesn't bother me, man. It don't bother me at all, man. Like I really don't care. It don't bother me. I mean, people have used that in a verse with the same kind of, you know, it's like that's it. It's, you know, like I can't get mad at that. You know, like it's just it's just how it is. You know, it's purposely why I purposely say, like, I purposely will acknowledge who I learned from. You know, that's the thing. That's a cultural thing, man. If you're raised to like, if you're raised to like acknowledge your family members in your own home, then you will it's like second nature to acknowledge somebody that you got a verse from. You know, like it that's why, like, you know, the early days of hip hop, when dudes would be interviewed by like Ralph McDaniels, right, on Video Music Box, they would talk about, like, he would ask them, yo, and they would say like all the rappers that they looked up to, you know, and it's kind of like the shout out, you know, it's like shout out to so and so, shout out to this. So like me saying, yo, I learned this from Grime, and I learned like this from Utaro, and I learned this from like Henry Lewis, and, you know, I learned this from Lango, you know, like, and I learned this from I learned so many different things. Or like, it's by acknowledging them, it's like me saying thank you. That's all it is just saying thank you. Instead of saying thank you all the time, it's just acknowledging them. Just say, oh, I got this well, I learned this from so and so. You know, I said I learned that from learning drawing on a brown piece of paper or taking a picture of someone's, you know, that's I remember like, I remember a tattooer asked me years ago, yo, Dre, how do you draw them for black skin? And I was like, oh, I just draw on brown paper. You know, just go to the art store and find like different tones of brown, right? That's it. Or like, if you can't do that, then like go in the magazine. The next model magazine you get, right? The next model magazine you get, or like you say you're white and you don't know any black people. All right, go buy the Essence magazine. You know, go buy Essence magazines. Like you might have somebody that's black that comes in and you never, and just go buy Ebony magazine. Go on. Now these days you don't even have to do that. You could just go on. You can go on any black, right? You know, like their picture. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that don't worry about your algorithm changing. Now you're just seeing black people all the time on your page. It's all right. You know, that's how it works. You know, I know a lot of people are on code and they only look at what they know from, but guess what? Like, the world is smart. You're gonna tell no to everybody that's black? All right, cool. So that's the thing, man. Like, it's just, my thing is, there's so many little tricks that you just use in society, man. Just be just open-minded to do it. Take a picture of your client's arm or wherever they're gonna get tattooed, you know? And then from there, all you do now is draw, make every line legible on that. Even if it makes your so now it's less like tattooing black people is just like easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? It's easy as fuck. You know why? Because it's less work. It's less work, man. It's already a contrast, which is like, dope, man. Like, gotta say to yourself, man, like, damn, it's just that. Less work. The sun does all the work for you. The sun gives you ample enough contrast, man. And so all you're doing now is just minimal shading. I'm letting the cat out the bag, yo. There's some black people like, yo, shut the fuck up. Shit. But, you know, some black people gonna listen to this, yo, shut the fuck up. This is the lighter you are, the more work you got to do. You got shit. You real light, man. You sitting in that chair for hours. You just taking pain. You black, you know, sit in the chair a couple hours, done. Got a half sleeve. It's just minimal work. I'm surprised. I'm surprised dudes ain't getting, black folk ain't getting more tribal work, like African tribal stuff. That's even that tribe. It's so easy. Whereas everybody else, the lighter you are, oh my God, the work. Oh man, I've been tattooing for 3 hours. Uh, miss me with that shit. But you know, shit. A black person come to me, I'm like, oh, like I said, I'm like Agent Smith from Matrix. More, 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 more. You know, I was thinking that Matrix 4 would have been Smith is Neo. I thought that was gonna be it. I thought Smith. Oh, he was a program. He was always a program. There was no way he could have been. But a program. I always thought. I thought Smith would have been like. I thought Smith was kind of like no. I thought Smith would have been like a program copy of maybe the first, you know, the first guy to be in the Matrix and woke up. That's why he always had this thing where he wanted to get out of the Matrix. He wanted to leave. Well, the reason why, what's making him want to leave? Oh, well, because you were the first person to wake up in the Matrix. And we, you know, they found that, and when they put you back, they figured that code, and it's never left. I thought that was the whole thing behind Smith. That's one of the things I was theorizing when I was younger. Like, yo, is Smith the original dude? And he hasn't, you know, his programming, like they just turned him into a program. But then I thought it was like the, but then there was like the Merovingian. He was supposed to be like a Neo type character, but he was like, I'm done. I'm not trying to play this, you know, AI program. Because now they're saying with AI, you know, like it's copying you. It's gonna and it's basically your rawest, like what you like. This is where, yo, this is the program is this. It's copying you. Right? You make a certain amount of money, it's gonna tell you where to live. Cause man, let me get out of this. Let me get out of this conversation. Because it gets real deep. It gets real deep. And if you got a smartphone, if you got whatever, it's figuring you out. I'm using the term racist. Like, if you have a lot of prejudice, if there's some people that have to move one type of way, you know, they're forced to interact. They can't, you know. It's gonna start realize you're being you in a box. It's putting me in a box. putting you in a box. Yo, it's already categorizing you, and it's gonna give you all the things that you like. You know what I mean? Yo, it's just gonna be wild in the future. You make a certain amount, it already knows what you make. Oh, you know, it already knows what you do. It's like, well, what do you do? What do you do in life that's productive? If people, oh man. It's gonna be wild. It's gonna be wild in the future, yo. Oh, I'm finishing just in time, yo. Look at that. All right. So I'm almost there. I'm almost done. I'll do that. All right. Now let's make the initial outline. Let's get rid of that. He had a way of like tracing out the whole back, and then from what I remember, one of the early things I knew was, all right, this is the arm, right? And say this is a template, bang bang. The arm is kind of like a coffin, like an old school looking coffin, but with like a, instead of a coffin like that, it bumps at the top like that, right? So the arm is kind of like that, and then it comes down, and either if it's the left arm, this comes out more, and if it's the right arm, this comes out more, right? And then let's say it's the right, right? And then you cap it like that for the wrist, right? And then there's another for the bend. This would be the elbow. This would be the ditch. So the elbow's a circle. The ditch is an egg, right? It's kind of like that. It's kind of like that kind of a look. Like it's like that. Now. All right. And if you want to do something on the chest, it kind of pops out like that. There we go. Here goes my like artistic profession shit. Like, clean that shit up. And so everything is kind of like that. When you that's a general shape of someone's arm, of the human body. That's the general shape right here. Right? Now, from Guy Aitchison book, Reinventing the Tattoo, right? Pivotal book in tattooing. Another from Guy Aitchison, from also the Japanese tattooers, they would do full templates. This is more of what the Japanese would do. This is something that you would see in a lot of the bodysuit guys. A lot of this stuff. I'm doing these dots right here. These jotty lines just to represent. All right, and so how something would bend, right? That's what these, and everything kind of, that took me a while. This is why it's like important to kind of like have a tattoo apprenticeship, because when you learn like little things like this, then you know that how to work with that. Like that's the a lot too. That's really it. Like a lot of my stuff really comes from watching from a distance. And remember, in my other stories that I've said, I couldn't work. I couldn't work in, not that I couldn't, but I couldn't. Nobody was hiring black dudes at that time in New York. Nobody was hiring black tattooers back in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? It was just that, and that's the 90s. I mean, the rap music was cool in the shops, but that was maybe the blackest thing you might find in a shop in New York. That wasn't, and that's just it. That's it. That's people's trash. But I didn't really know what I was deciphering. I didn't know how to decipher what I saw. I just saw, oh, the cool dragon, and what I would do, I would just trace all that shit, right? Trace it all, you know. And 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 that was it. The figuring out the flow and all this stuff, this that came with getting the Guy Aitchison book, because I didn't know anything about that shit at the time. I didn't know. I didn't know that and I think the book was like a binder. I think it was like either a binder, like, or one of those like early FedEx books where they're like you can print out your own thing, and that was really it. And how I think Jose had ordered it when he first. I can't remember how Guy was selling it. I think he either got it at a convention, or he let me not do that to the legs. I'll keep it like that. And yeah, and when Jose got it, he's like, "Yo, Joe, you got to read this, man. Guy Aitchison's that dude." And I was like, "Man, who's Guy Aitchison?" You know, like. But then, like, when I saw that looks, that's it, you know. And when I saw that back piece, I was like, when I saw that Guy back piece, I was like, that's different. That's it. But then Guy had a way of breaking it down. Guy had a way of breaking it down, because how he broke it down was, you know, like, everything is flowing this way. You feel me? So in a way, right? And then the Japanese is almost the same. It's kind of like, right? And so you kind of see that. And so all the energy goes in this way, because when it wraps, what happens when it wraps? It wraps around, right? So you know, like it wraps inward. Yeah, so that was the pivotal point. That's it. I mean, I said that before. It's nothing new. All right. This is done. I'm kind of. I might even put like the. Hey, Brandon, what do you think? You got like an old long sleeve shirt. You got like an old long sleeve shirt that you don't really care for. Here's a little trick. You know how like shirts are like this? Pluck the with the when you have your long sleeve sitting on the matter of fact, hold that thought. What you do is you let me see something. There we go. See that? That's it right there. See that right here? Let's take that. Save the photo. Oh, here we go. This is even better. So now, part of my life is my mom knows how to sew. My mom, my Aunt Bevelyn, they knew how to sew. My Aunt Jacqueline, they know how to sew. And my grandmother had their own little sewing machines and all that. All of them did. Even my uncle knows how to sew because he's an artist and stuff, right? And so for a shirt, look at that. And for me, how I saw it, it just clicked. Now, other people have been doing it way longer than me. Like the Japanese are maybe the first ones to really be mapping out the body like that fully. Fully map out the body into the way of a suit, right? There's plenty of documented pictures of that where a Japanese guy will, I think it's Hori Uno or Hori. One of the Horis, man. That's what he does. That's what he did, and kind of when I saw that, I was like, oh, okay. Now, once you put the concept of mapping out the body and that's really it. You're not, you know what I'm saying? And it's kind of cool that way because what you're doing is you're just taking a chunk of things that like you're repetitive, it's just constantly drawing, like, all right, like, let's go back to what this dude Mick says. I say it all the time. You gotta draw. Oh, you heard about this? Yo. Shorty right here is a killer. She's a killer, yo. Mick will say right here, my man Mick. What does he say? Talks about it, man.
If you want to create your own style, you've got to work really. It's important for if you want to create your own style, you've got to work really hard and do your homework on the drawing department to make it fucking happen.
gotta draw, man. See me, man. It's drawing. It's more drawing than it is tattooing. But you're on the good path, man. You're on the good path. That's it. Just know that you're on the good path. Yo, I wish this was around back. Yo, when I started, I wish YouTube was around, man. I wish. I wish YouTube was around. Let me not put that energy out there. Let me not say that. I'm gonna say something real diabolical, and people are gonna be like, "I can't believe he said that." Hey, man, times is hard. I mean, yeah, it's that. If that's your goal, you can do it. You know, you can do it. I mean, look, man, like it's good that you can. One of the things is good that you can acknowledge like what what you need to do to get better, you know. And this is easy to work on it. And I hope one of the things that helps what I said was just write down when you second guess yourself. Write it down, and then crumple it up and then throw it away. hope that helps. Oh man, this is my second to last tattoo of 2024. I don't think I'm doing anything else after this. All right. All right. Let's flip it. One second, folks. One second. Thank you for your time. Really. Thank you for being here, man. You don't have to be, but you're here. 22 by 24 by 22 option. All right, and now let's do high quality print. All right, that was a good one. So I'm gonna start out with today.